Hey guys, so I bought this Humongous Fan, installed it. It was a good looking fan, that's why I wanted to get it. This fan that I have installed already is a 16-foot fan. They come in 20 feet and 24 feet. We're gonna actually put two in here. We're gonna move this one over and we're gonna install another one right here. So in retrospect, maybe a 124-foot fan would have been better. But I mean, I've got a twin engine airplane, so why not a twin engine hangar? This is how the fan comes. Obviously you need a forklift to get it off the truck, or you can get a lift gate service and they'll pallet jack it for you. It comes packaged real nice in several boxes here. We're opening it up for the first time. Blades, they come with plastic coating on that you can peel off, so they're nice and protected.
Humongous Fan, thank you.
Honestly, the reason I bought this fan is because it came in red, and I bought one and installed it, and I liked it so much, I called them back and I said, hey man, I really like these fans. I think I can probably help you sell them. So we came to an agreement. They sent me this fan, which is what we're installing today. It not only comes in red, they have a variety of colors that you can get to match whatever the decor you have. If you have nothing but blue Ferraris, you can get a blue fan to put on top of your Ferraris. So it's really cool. I'm really excited about it. Okay, you can see we have everything unpacked here. I'll go through everything and kind of how it goes together. This is the plate that you mount in the ceiling, and then the extension tube goes on this, and you can see it's got some angles there. So if you have a sloped roof, you can put it on a slope. Ours is fixed, so we'll be using these holes that they don't have a slot in them. And there's multiple holes on the face of the plate, and they sell you a plate that can grab a hold of an I-beam. We're going to use that modification of that, which I can show you in a second. This goes on first. And then after this, you put the square extension tube, mount that. Then after that, the motor, which is sitting here upside down. What I do is I set this on the lift and then just lift it up into place because it's pretty heavy. One person can pick it up, but there's no way you can hold it over your head by yourself. But with a scissor lift, it's pretty easy. And you can see here, these holes are where the fan blades attach. And I'll show you how the fan is made in just a second. But the tubes slide in here, and then the tubes get bolted in from the top. And then you have these collars that have Allen screw that you tighten down onto that tube. You want to make sure all these Allen screws are pointed down, because once you get the blades in, you won't be able to get to them on the other side. They come this way, but double check to make sure they're not upside down. So once you have this mounted onto the square tube that I showed you over there, wire it up. You put some bracing wires on, and then you can install your electricity as well, of course. Then you can install your blades, and you're pretty much good to go. This is a power box, and we don't have three-phase power here, and these fans are three-phase. But the cool thing about this box is you run 240 into it, and then it turns that into three-phase and sends three-phase to the fan. And it's variable speed, you know, infinite number of adjustments here from 0 to 100, and all self-contained. It's pretty cool. These are the blades. They're aluminum. And they have a really rigid spar here that has a steel pipe going through it and an airfoil shape here. And this section right here is about as large as most of your industrial fans' blades are. But you can see the blades on these are humongous. It comes with a little plastic that you have to peel off to keep it from getting scratched up during shipping. You need to peel that off before you hang it. Real good blade, and you can see it's shaped like an airplane blade. It has much more pitch at the root and less at the tip, so you get an even airflow through the whole thing. Really well designed and solid. I also wanted to mention that Humongous Fans is made in America, so all your tools are going to be standard, which is nice. Don't have to worry about anything metric. Quality stuff made in the United States.
All right.
Yeah, it came with these cleats for I-beam, and since I don't have an I-beam in here, we made a couple cross members, and we're clamping onto this C-purlin on both sides. It should be pretty sturdy. I can't say doing it at home because I've had one up here for a couple of months and it hasn't fallen yet, so I think it's good. All right, let's go get some more stuff. got the motor up here on the lift. This is a square tube, an extension tube, because we've got a peaked roof, so it drops the motor down. It's optional. If you have a flat roof, then obviously you wouldn't need this. But we bolted it together, and we're going to lift it up on the lift and plug it into the plate that we already mounted.
All right, we are back. Had to take a lunch break. Been an all-day project. Here we are, victory lap. About to start unwrapping these new blades. So let's see what we got here. See if we can get some ASMR going. Oh yeah. There we go. Let's flip it over. Got to get it going, you know. So we got all 8 blades unpacked and unwrapped. Fan number 1 right there. Fan number 2 is going up right there. Skip's just doing some finalizing of the cables, and then we're gonna stick them up. We got the second one mounted up. She's going. Got 2 of them.
Hey, Skip Stewart here from Skip Stewart Air Shows. It feels pretty cool in my hangar right now, even though it's 106-degree heat index here in Memphis. We've got both our fans installed. I couldn't be happier with them. We've got plenty of airflow, and they look great.